Thank you so much for being here. So today I wanted to have a little chat about energy, frequency, and vibration, and also how it relates to gratitude. So I'm running a gratitude challenge at the moment on my socials. So that's why the topic of gratitude is on the forefront of my mind at the moment. But basically, I wanted to say that gratitude is more than just a positive feeling. It's actually a high vibrational energy. So it shifts our mindset and influences our entire state of being. So every emotion that we feel has a measurable frequency, which aligns to the concept that everything in the universe has a certain vibration. Now, there's actually a guy called Dr. Hawkins, David Hawkins, who created the Hawkins Scale of Consciousness. Hopefully you can see this at the moment. And this one measured the frequency of different emotional and mental states from a scale of 1 to 1,000, with lower frequencies representing heavier, low energy states such as shame, guilt, and fear, and then higher frequencies representing light or expansive states such as peace, love, and enlightenment. So on the scale, gratitude aligns with some of these higher ones up here, such as joy, peace, and love. And these resonate with a higher energy and vibration, supporting our well-being and ultimately aligning us with what we desire in life. So when I'm talking about the law of attraction and energy, frequency, and vibration, things like that, what I say to people is if what we want is vibrating at a certain level and what we are currently is vibrating here, they can't find each other, right? So what we want and what we are can't find each other. We do not manifest what we want, we manifest what we are vibrationally. So in order to attract in what we want, we must raise our vibrational state to the thing that we want so that they can be attracted to each other. Now, what does that mean? Well, I'm talking a little bit about it today in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, ensuring that when we are experiencing a low vibrational frequency emotion, that we are doing what we can to transmute or transcend that into something higher. But also, just as a basic rule of thumb, think about it like I need to behave as though I'm already the thing that I want. So if you want to be a millionaire, you need to behave like a millionaire in order to become a millionaire and attract that vibrational frequency in. It's kind of the piece that's missing in the manifestation practice where we're identifying what we want and saying, oh, I want to be a millionaire, whatever that is for you. But in order to actually be a millionaire, we need to attract the vibrational frequency of a millionaire. And we do that by acting as if we already have it and raising our own energy, frequency, and vibration through our emotional state, through our state of being, through everything that we're putting out into the world, just to match what we are after. So, for those of you that are thinking, well, I don't really believe that we are energetic beings and that we do give off an energy, frequency, and vibration, I'll ask you this. Have you ever walked into a room of people, like a workplace or a party, and there's just someone there and you just don't like them? There's something about them that's kind of creepy, or you don't like their vibe, or they're negative, and you can feel that before they even say anything to you. And then there's someone else that walks into that room and they're so high vibration that you're just like, oh my God, you're so attracted to that person. You just want to be like them, or you want to talk to them, or whatever that looks like. That's what I'm talking about. Your vibrational signature precedes you. And your vibrational signature is responsible for what you have in life and where you are in life. So that's really important. So the other thing with the reason I love the doctor's Hawkins Scale of Consciousness is because it kind of brings a little bit of science and measurement to these sorts of, otherwise what might be seen as woo-woo concepts. It actually brings a little bit of, science to it, basically. So the other thing that I'll say is when we're kind of hovering down in one of these lower vibrational states, there's two things that happen. We're in a suffering state. So we're kind of in a victim mode. So this is like where we start saying, woe is me, I can't believe that this is happening to me, my life sucks, things like that. And we're kind of in this low vibrational state where we can't seem to get out. We're at the bottom of the pit, right? Now, what that actually means in terms of how we conduct ourselves in life is we have this really contracted thought space and how we can, sort of move forward and see options. So I'll give you an example of this. If I'm driving along in traffic and somebody cuts me off, now, if I'm spending most of my time in one of these low vibrational states here, and I therefore have a victim mindset and contracted thinking, I might say, oh my God, I can't believe that guy just did that to me. How dare he? What an asshole. I might get angry, whatever. Lots of things might happen, but it's all about me being the victim of a circumstance that occurred. Now, when I'm hovering around up in these higher vibrational states and I have this more flow and peace energy to me, I also have expanded thought, right? So there's more options. So, for example, somebody cuts me off in traffic, and then I might start going into like, oh gosh, they must be in a hurry for some reason. Perhaps they got a horrendous phone call. Perhaps they're not paying attention today. Maybe they had no sleep last night. See how there's options, first of all, and there's also I'm not the victim. It's possible maybe they did cut me off just because they're an asshole, but that's not my first forethought, and it's just one of many options. So that vibrational state leads us to a more expanded way of thinking, which ultimately helps us get what we want in life and really just achieve more happiness and joy on a daily basis. Now, the same goes if we are thinking about options in our life. So what am I going to do on the weekend? When I'm in my victim state and in my contracted thought, there might be one or two options available to me to, what I can do. But if I'm in a high state of consciousness and I have expanded thought, there might be many, many other options. Or if I feel like I'm in a bit of a tight spot emotionally, like I can't seem to see my way out of the fog, if I am in a contracted state, it's almost like I'm stuck there and I can't do anything, or there's only one way out, and it might be to do something bad or a self-destructive behavior or something like that. Whereas if I'm in a heightened state of energy, then there's options like, oh, maybe I could reach out to this person, maybe I could, do this course, maybe I could spend the day just having a little bit of a sleep in bed. There's options. So that's the way I like to think of contracted versus expanded thoughts, is that we have more options available to us on how we can help ourselves, right? So therefore, in order to have our expanded thought and our more options, we must first address our energetic state, our energy, frequency, and vibration. So again, that's where I'm going to bring the gratitude back and say, well, when I'm experiencing gratitude, I am automatically elevating to those higher states of consciousness up here. And therefore, I have more expanded thought. I'm just generally much happier. And I'm also attracting in so many more good things into my life and more of what I want. So I definitely recommend, especially if you are feeling like you're in a funk at the moment, you're a bit stuck, start with a gratitude practice. It might be really difficult. I'm just running a really simple one at the moment. It's literally just write down 3 things a day through November. Feel free to jump on my socials, Power Peace Prosper on Instagram, and join in with us. It's not too late. But every day I'm getting people to write 3 things. So it can be things that you're grateful for, really good things that happen that day. And when I say that, it could be like, my coffee tasted good, or I won the lotto, and everything in between. Like, there's no limit or nothing too small. It's the practice of it that raises our frequency. And then look, if you really can't think about those on a particular day, I want you to write down something you're really proud of yourself for, that could be for any time in your life. Okay? And we're just going to document them each day. Some people are doing it in their journal or their diary. Some people are just doing phone notes. I'm personally got like a nice jar, a glass jar, and each day I'm writing 3 little post-it notes and popping them in there with the date on. And then on the 1st of December, I'm going to read those. So yeah, that's just a little bit of an overview. I really wanted to introduce the Hawkins Scale of Consciousness. It's a great reference point for this sort of thing, and to really put onto paper a concept that can seem really intangible and spiritual, to really understand how this all works and why it's important. And yeah, use gratitude to raise your vibration, but generally speaking, if you are in higher states of vibrational frequency in the love end of the spectrum, you're always going to have expansion in your thought. You're going to have more options available to you, and you're going to be more likely to call in what it is that you want as you match the vibrational frequency of that higher self. And yeah, it's just really important to pay attention to this, understand what's happening for you, really take notice of your energetic state, and also, just realize that every single thing is energy, frequency, and vibration. Again, this is why we feel so good in nature, right? Because our as energetic beings, our body resonates with nature because it is also energy. It is also vibration frequency, you know. So it's like a calming fact because they recognize each other, right? So yeah, anyway, if you have any questions or anything, I'm hoping to do a lot more of these videos coming up soon on my YouTube channel. But please feel free to follow me on Instagram, Power Peace Prosper. I'm also SJ Your Life Strategist on Facebook under my business name as well, Power Peace Prosper. I do coaching, I run retreats, I do nervous system regulation events, and I also do some stuff with corporate team dynamics as well. So if you want to hear about any specific topics, please feel free to DM me on one of those platforms, and I can have a chat about, you know, whatever it is that you guys want to hear about. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again soon.